that it does have some wobble. Move this. Okay, that's interesting. It will straighten the car, as you can see. Hello dear customizators. So I decided to order myself some stuff from Fanatec. I also ordered some other stuff like Fanatec QR2 to be able to try it with my extension for the DD2 bases. This also arrived, V3 brake performance kit, but I didn't order this, so I don't know, it arrived, and I guess I should say thank you Fanatec. I do have V3 pedals, so I'm going to try it to see how it works now that it is here. There are some other stuff that I ordered, but I don't know if they arrived yet. So this came in one package and these two came in the other package. So maybe there is package number 3 coming. But first, let's see what's in the big box, and yeah, let's do it. With great power comes great response and fidelity. Okay, so here is the new Clubsport DD wheel base next to DD2, so you can compare the size. I wanted to test my DD2 DD1 extension with the new wheel side QR2, but unfortunately it's still not here, so I will probably do it in the next video. Fortunately, I received one of this wheel side QR2 system, and I ordered I think 5 of them. But I guess they will arrive soon, so I can test this for the first time. And yeah, it's a really nice fit, not moving at all. And we can compare the power supplies. This is the DD2 power supply, and this is the Clubsport DD power supply. It's a little bit smaller and also pretty much lighter than the DD2 power supply. A bit stronger power supply for the DD2 compared to new CSL DD. And now we can remove the DD2 and focus only on the new Clubsport DD wheel. Okay, so this is the new generation of wheelbases that Fanatec will be producing. I believe they will make even larger version of this base, and this is probably going to be something like DD3 or something like that, because I can see that they are moving away from their DD1 and DD2 types of bases and moving to this kind of design. The first thing that I noticed when I pulled the base out is these plastic parts in the front and in the back, and I must admit that I don't like that, but considering the price range, I guess it's okay. When you bolt something to these 4 bolts, they are just sitting on plastic and not on hard aluminum piece of the motor stator, so have that in mind, that you cannot put anything that will be causing too much stress to this part on these 4 bolts. Second thing I noticed when I installed this QR2, that it does have some wobble, and I was surprised by this. I thought the wobble will be gone with this new Clubsport DD base, but you can see that it's around 0.5 millimeter here, and let's try here to see how it is. So I guess here it's fine. So this ring actually wobbles on the QR2, and you can actually see it when I move it a little bit faster. Let's see. You can see that it's a bit wobbly. Okay, so in conclusion, the ring on the QR2 is a bit wobbly. I think this is only an aesthetical thing, nothing that should impact the base and the feeling while you are using it. So on these sides it's almost perfect. It's like a tenth away, so I think that's good. So what should we do now? Let's disassemble this base to see what's on the inside. I'm going to start with removing these 4 bolts, holding the new QR2. Okay, so the last screw is out, and we can see that they use some thread lock for the screws. And now let's try to remove this. Okay, that's interesting. So this piece is just aluminum piece, and this is the connector system. Okay, now I'm going to remove this plastic piece. So now it looks like this. So the connector is here, and this is just an aluminum piece that goes above it, and this is, I think this would be the part of the shaft, but we'll see now. I'm going to remove the rest of these screws. So also some kind of thread locking on the screws, not to unscrew themselves while you are using the base. Okay, so here we have a 4-pin connector and some kind of PCB in this part. I guess this is just communicating with the base. So that concludes this forward section disassembly. I'm not going to disassemble these 5 bolts right here, because this is just an axle being fixated to this outer ring, and I think this is just because of manufacturing that it is made like this. So this would not be one huge piece that would need to be milled out. They have 2 pieces, so they save material here. So now I'm going to go to the back of this base and remove this lid. But I also want to talk about why are we doing this? Why are we disassembling a brand new base that I just bought? Of course, for you to find out what the quality of it is, and will it last for a long time, or it is going to fail after the warranty. Yeah, I guess I had some issues with my DD2 in the past, so I made a video where I talked about DD2 having some quality issues. So are we going to see Fanatec improving in these areas I mentioned before in the videos I made before about DD2 and also CSL DD? Let's see. Now we have a single board, and it's attached to these contacts directly to the motor, which is similar that it is made on the CSL DD, and this makes the changing of this board really easy. You just need to remove these screws, pull this board out and put the new board in. So for servicing and for changing this board, this is really easy and should be cheap to do. If only Fanatec provided us with the parts that we can buy, we could basically service this base for ourselves, but unfortunately they have a policy where they don't want to sell you the parts, and I think that's really bad, not thinking about the customer. So I hope in the future they will decide to sell the products, especially if it's so easy to repair like this one. Of course, there is no high voltage here, there's no danger to the customer while disassembling this. Nothing can happen to him, so I don't see the big deal why people would not be able to repair their own bases. But okay, let's move on. So now Fanatec has moved away from wireless data transmission, and it has a slip ring, a similar thing that found in real automotive cars, so hopefully it would last longer than the wireless solution they had before. And you can see inside, I don't know if you can see it, but this wire on the inside is on the slip ring. Wire on this side is turning, but wire on this side, so this is basically the same contacts here, are stationary on this board. So they are transmitting data and power from this connector to this connector via slip ring. Same one like found in the automotive industry in the wheel of your car. And some things to be aware of, same like with the CSL DD, these connectors are directly on the PCB board, so there's a chance this one also for the power and USB-C. So if you pull the cable a little bit hard, you could yank these connectors from the PCB board, so be very careful not to damage the connectors while using the base. And they even put little protectors here for this wiring not to get on a sharp edge, and also on this part protective plastic for this wiring. And this is actually the resistor inside. It's a braking resistor inside, and it's also cooled by this aluminum block. Alright, so I assembled the base, but there's a twist. This is the first prototype of the FOV extension for the Clubsport DD base. And I decided that I'm going to mount it before I test the base, because my sim rig is having an extension, so I will get the same positioning of the wheel like I had till now. So let's do it. So here you can see my SimiCube, and I can easily switch it to Fanatec because I made this adapter that I can simply use the same bolt pattern as Fanatec has. Here you can see that you have these adjustable nuts that you can position how you like. You can have 4 of them or 3. So I'm just lowering my platform so I can easily remove the base. Alright, but just before I start driving, I just want to go with you through their website and their marketing for this wheelbase. Yeah, 12 Newton meters, obviously. Direct drive the right way. Not all direct drive systems are created equally. Decades of experience with force feedback technology have contributed to many structural and electronic control optimization in the Clubsport DD to deliver industry-leading performance in its class. Yeah, basically this is just some marketing stuff right here, because servo motors are very long on the market and I don't think there is anything new to add. The only thing they can improve on is software, so this affects both DD1, DD2, basically all their wheelbases that they have, so nothing special in this base considering this line right here. So smooth operation by splitting the rotor into offset segment, cogging torque is naturally reduced. Combined with our patented flux barrier technology, which increases efficiency and smoothness, the result is crystal clear force feedback information in every driving situation. Well, we'll see about cogging. For now, I cannot feel it. I would even say it's less than on DD1 and DD2, where it's really hard to notice it also, but let's say it's better on this wheel. It seems like it's better. Strict cooling requirements. Clubsport DD is the most thermally stable wheelbase in its class. Well, yeah, I believe this one because it has this nice casing that is aluminum and shaped like it has fins, so it should cool nicely. Genuine torque. Many mass-market direct drive systems fail to hold their claimed torque. Okay, so basically what they are saying here is that they are able to hold the torque for a long period of time, but other wheels drop their torque, probably because of overheating. Yeah, they're saying he'll have some thermal optimized layouts and whatnot. Okay, feel the grip. Outstanding thermal stability, translates to consistent performance. You can always trust the information you're feeling through the wheel. Yeah, okay, we get it. The speed of Clubsport servo motors allow us to fine-tune its behavior with more accuracy than previous Fanatec wheelbase. Okay, I don't trust this one because both are servo motors and both pretty good. I don't know, when they say previous, maybe they think about the first generations that are not DD. But okay, DD wheel is a DD wheel and it will be precise and strong from the day it was built to the day you stop using it. Okay, so we get to full force. This is something that is probably the only innovation in this base, considering what will you feel from it. But basically what it comes down to, they let all the frequency in the bass, so the motor of the bass can vibrate in higher frequencies and simulate something similar that a shaker would simulate. But I think it would be even better if you simply just put a shaker on the bass and to simulate this, not let this be simulated by rotational motion. Sometimes I was bothered by this when I tested similar technology with Logitech, and it was too much information in the wheel, like constantly feeling something going on the wheel that you don't really feel in the real race cars. So I don't know about this one because you cannot test it yet, because the sims need to support it, so we cannot test this, but I doubt that this is a huge thing because yeah, it's basically a shaker. If you want to have this feeling, you have ways to put a shaker on your wheel or on your pedals or on your rig, and you will basically feel even better than what you would feel in something like this. So having a separate shaker is better than forcing the bass to simulate all these tiny details that you want to simulate. And strongest motor shaft, yeah, that's a good thing, because now you can of course mount any extension to it and not to worry about the shaft breaking or being bent or anything like that. You can see two ball bearings right here that are pretty far between each other, so this base should be pretty strong and in my opinion should handle longer extension with no problem at all. QR2, of course, you probably know all about that, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about that. And now I can finally test this base. Alright, so I'm finally in my motion simulator. The wheel is mounted. The extension is holding for now. This is how it looks. Everything is set up. You have this nice view. I'm in my full racing motion simulator. If you like to check it out, you have other videos on my channel, so don't forget to subscribe to check it out. And yeah, let's go and test this base. Let's start the car and see how it does. So I didn't touch the settings at all for now. I just lowered the dampening. It was default to 50% and I just set it up to 25%, so 100% force feedback, of course, in the Fanatec settings. And yeah, the first thing I can notice that I was used to be driving Simicube, so this is now very light. And yeah, on the first it's very weak compared to Simicube, so I think I should probably increase the force feedback. Let's try 15. It was on 8.5 for the Simicube. I also keep my Simicube around 80 to 100% for my sims, depending on the sim. Yeah, now it's a bit better. I think I could increase it a bit more. Let's try 17. No, too much. Let's try 16. Yeah, I can feel the curve really nicely there. Let's see this one. Yeah. So this wheel is 12 Newton meters now, which I guess should be enough for simulating normal forces you feel in a wheel, besides crashing or some hard forces that are not there really often. It feels okay. I mean, in this category I think all wheels will be pretty good. Direct drive wheels, I think the only huge difference is the force feedback and the strength of the force feedback. And well, you know what they say for the DD1 and DD2, the last base you'll ever need. And yeah, I think it's true, because everything you need actually is a direct drive base, and the feeling should be there. There's nothing more to it. You can feel a bit more or less cogging, which I cannot feel on this base. So no cogging, I cannot feel it. But still, compared to Simicube, it's missing these short transients of high power that I really like. And yeah, when I hit the curb, it's really, you can really feel these short bursts of power on Simicube. And on this wheel, it's still there. You can see that it's resisting me while I'm on this bump. In this price point, I think this is really satisfactory. Strength-wise, it would be nice if it was living up to its full potential, which is for sure 16 Newton meters. And we must not forget that I'm also testing this with the huge rim, so the worst possible scenario for a base, because we have a large rim that is hard to move because there's a big leverage here. But it's going quite nicely. If I try to, let's say, drift a bit, it will straighten the car, as you can see. No problem in speed, I would say. it's pretty realistic of how the real car would return the wheels, so no problems there, even with this super hard rim. I think the most important thing with this wheel is that it is built a bit better than the DD1 and DD2. You can see that they have advanced in their building techniques, and when I say that, I mean mostly about the quality, because DD1 and DD2 feeling wise are really good wheels, no problems there, but can have some quality issues that I think might be solved with this base, but nobody knows that actually. We'll know in around 3 to 5 years, when people begin to report problems potential. And for now, I think it has a good chance, because as I said before, it has a steel shaft, so you can modify it, you can put extension on it, no problem, it will handle it with no problems, shouldn't break or anything. And yeah, I think that's it. Like this video and subscribe. Think about subscribing, because a lot more interesting content is coming up. A lot more. You just need to be patient. See ya. Bye.